Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Hopefully you guys... What am I doing? God, I'm out of it today. Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Welcome to another episode of Climb to Master. So we're going to try and attempt to start climbing, and if that means we're going to be spamming a little bit of the same champion, I apologize. Again, I've been recording a little bit, like a lot at the moment. So by the time I'm recording this, the Malzahar episode a couple days ago, that I recorded a couple days ago, hasn't come out yet. And in that video, I precisely ask, you know, what do you guys want? Do you want me to try hard and, sure, play some of the same picks over and over again, but just to climb? Or do you prefer just the more casual stuff that we play other random champs? So I don't know what the answer to that question is. I presume it's going to be climb. Like, that's my assumption. And, yeah, like, I need to know more about, like, specific champions of the channel because, you know, I've said it before, Malzahar to me is a really effective champion for me personally to climb. A lot of people do terrible with that champion, but I've got a 70% win rate in 33 games. If I kept that win rate but played, I don't know, another 20, 30 games, I'd climb very fast. Because Malzahar, he's a decision-making champion, so he's pretty good. So, yeah. Well, for me. But hopefully we'll be okay. I don't, the plan might be to play, Anivia, but we don't know what we're against. It might be an Irelia mid, which is becoming more rare to see. But hopefully we'll confirm, you know, hopefully they don't pick like another bruiser and they can go either. Hopefully it's a definitive, okay, that thing is mid and we know. But, yeah, Gragas mid. Okay, so it's a Gragas mid. Which also is gaining popularity, by the way. I don't exactly know what's good against it. Like, potentially Anivia will be fine, because Gragas is all about burst. And Anivia's good versus melee champions. But secondly, Anivia is also quite good versus burst in the fact that she's got double life. So you got double, like, he kills you with the only burst that he has, his all in, but you're alive. Like, you're like, ha ha ha, you can't kill me. So I think it's quite effective in that way. I'm also going to go Ignite because I think we can kill him. So yeah, without much further ado, team comps locked in. Let's get into it. We're playing Bird, Bird, Bird. Bird is the word. Alright, welcome to the loading screen, and we have been duped. So it's not the way that I thought. It's not Gragas mid. It's Irelia mid because it's a Udyr top. What? Who plays? I don't understand. But anyway, so I'm hoping, by the way, that this Jace has just got a free lane. Because, again, Udyr's weakness is range champions and people with movement speed. And guess what? Jace has both. So he really shouldn't struggle against that matchup. But if you want to pause it, feel free. Obviously, this Gragas has only got one game of Gragas and it went bad. My lane opponent seems to be pretty good at Irelia. Which, again, I wasn't expecting to lane against. But, yeah. Hopefully, we'll have a good game. So, yeah. Again, the reason why I'm playing Anivia, by the way, is one, I've always thought Anivia is quite good. But secondly, if you guys have watched the Challenge the Spectates videos, I've wanted to try the trick for a while. That you wall here, and you block it here, and you basically force the minion wave to come to you. And how effective is that tool against an Irelia that wants to kill you and is very good at engaging on you, but you're forcing the minion wave to travel to your side? Oh my god, it's perfect. And again, I'm really happy that we found that trick by that Challenger Anivia player, because it's such a good trick. And if you've got no idea what I'm talking about, you'll see it today. You'll see it in this game. So, yeah. I'm hoping it's going to go well. So our comp, I like our comp. The only negative to it is we're relatively squishy. So Gragas, by the way, if he goes AP Gragas, that does a lot of damage. A lot of damage coming out by her, and yeah, you guessed it, Draven, a lot of damage. So if we get ahead, I think we'll probably win. But if we get behind, I think that's where we're gonna struggle because of the raw damage that the enemy team has. It's a lot. But yeah, I'm hoping, again, if I had to kind of write how I think this game is going to go, if everything goes to what I think it should, Jace should be really happy with being against an Udyr top. I do not see him struggling whatsoever against that matchup. Like I mentioned in loading screen, the two weaknesses of Udyr, people with ranged, so they can stay away, and movement speed. Obviously, you could add CC to that as well, but Jace has got 2 of, like, the 3 biggest counters to that champion in 1 kit. So, yeah, I'm hoping he's going to do well. Okay. Haven't played Anivia for a while, so I might be a bit rusty in some avenues. If you look at bot lane, by the way, they are bullying the Draven, not letting him come to lane, so that is pretty good. They should have bullied actually a bit more if they could. Because you really don't want to let him get in. Again, got to be careful. The trick when playing against Irelia, by the way, is when... Stun her at the same time. But when she has a minion that is low health... That's fine with me. She used Ignite for my passive and I'm still alive and she's low health. I'm going to be full health. That is actually perfectly fine. Just got to be careful, basically, of a gank. Oh, go, go, go! Hell yeah! Get outplayed! Get outplayed! Well done. I wasn't expecting Gragas to be in that bush, but then if you actually rewind the tape, I guess like, it makes sense that he was in there, because why would Irelia flash that way? The only reason she would flash that way is if Gragas was there. Woo! But that was a good flash too. I flashed over their damage. Hell yeah! Let's go! Again, I shouldn't be surprised if Gragas puts time into an Irelia. Irelia... I'm not going to say she needs help, but she's a snowball champ, right? So if you give her help and she starts snowballing, she will just like one-shot at Anivia. And also, they got my egg form early. So if you actually add up all that stuff, I guess it does actually make perfect... Ooh! It does make perfect sense. Good. Let's go another Doran's. Again, normally I'd never do that because it does delay your mid-game. And obviously Anivia is a mid-late game champion. But I'm against an Irelia. I don't have passive. I think that's probably a good call. Give me a bit more survivability in the early game against an Irelia. I think that's a perfectly fine choice. Because we should, as an Anivia, outscale in our job. If you're talking about each lane has a specific job, and Anivia should outscale in the job of being a mid laner, if that makes sense. So yeah, we kind of want this to start pushing into our territory, which I think it's going to do. I was about to do the minion trick, but if I did the minion trick now, I think there'd be too many minions. Oh, that wall! Are you serious? How did that wall? Rewind the tape! I put that wall in between us, and it angled the wrong way, and also bugged me to be the other side. Like, hello? Again, I did say we shouldn't be surprised if I'm going to get camped. But holy moly. That wall was, I'm surprised that wall ended that way. That's all I'm going to say. I guess I should have manually cast it instead of auto-casting. Maybe that's a lesson there. I thought it was going to be completely fine. But, nope.
Something ancient stirs.
Again, apologies for some people, like, the Udir's name and clan setup to me isn't great, and the Twitch at the moment is kind of, like, talking about is it racist, is it isn't. All I would say is if you're naming yourself that and you have that clan tag, I don't think that's a good thing. To me, that's pretty obvious, but yeah.
Think beyond one lifetime.
Uh-oh. I can't get rid of it. Jesus Christ. There's so much damage. And this is what Irelia Mid does. Snowball from mid laners. Oh my god, that is so much damage. Guess I should have been more careful. Just don't think there was a whole lot I could have done apart from literally not be there. I'm going to say they're going to go top lane. Wow. That was... Got by the way, if I had egg, I would have lived, and she could have died if she tried to kill me with the egg form under tower.
And ice.
I reckon that must have been pretty damn close of me having egg form, but yeah, this is rough. Again, my plan of playing Anivia versus Irelia, don't think it was a bad one. Sure, I'm probably not playing very well at the moment. I'm a bit rusty, but I wasn't really expecting that much damage. And Gragas has been here a lot already. So, adding those things up, I guess it's not too bad.
Let's soar.
Why? There's no point rushing a Zhonya's in this matchup. Zhonya's is a weird item, because sometimes it'll actually get you killed more than it'll actually help. What type of champion is Irelia? She's the type of champion that wants you to be stationary. So if you're just going to Zhonya's, you're basically giving her what she wants. You can just delay her stun, use Zhonya, and then you're giving her the stun. And also, she just got my egg form instantly. So, yeah, Zhonya's wouldn't be a good idea in this matchup at all. You've got to think more than just the raw survivability of the item. You've got to think about what it could actually mean for you. Unfortunately, I've got level 6 now, which should help a bunch, because that gives me wave clear. Which I've kind of needed, because, yeah. Luckily, she actually did buy the Tiamat, which is a good thing for me, which means that she automatically pushes the wave, and there's nothing she can do about it because of the Tiamat purchase. So, yeah. I don't know if she'll go the whole way top.
I dream of
I'm kind of thinking Gragas is going to be mid lane again. Don't like... Oh, wait, what? Uh-oh. Oh, that Draven! Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Oh. Alright, so... Yeah, it's going to be pretty boring for the next probably 5-10 minutes, but all we have to do is just stay in mid and just get wave after wave with our ultimate. Pretty much, because there's nothing else we can do. We can't fight the Irelia. Even if we possibly could, Gragas has been mid a lot this game, so much so to the point that I think he's pretty much mid all the time. Like, that's the way that I'm kind of playing, is like, I just think he's mid. It's a passive way of playing, but when you can't 1v1 your enemy, and he's already been mid like 3 times or something, it's a smart way of playing, put it that way. I'm gonna put the ward hit, because it covers both angles. There's the Gragas. He is going AP Gragas, which I actually think is a small mistake. The amount of damage that this team needs, they don't need an AP Gragas. They need probably a front line. And like a lot of front line too.
Take time to reflect.
Ooh. That wasn't even going to work. That Gragas! That was weird. I just got to try and waste her time. The thing that I don't want right now is I actually don't want her to roam. Because if she roams and gets a double kill or something, I'm even more screwed. So the idea is to try and keep her mid. And again, the fortunate thing is that she bought the Tiamat, which is auto-pushing. So it means that I can always kind of keep getting the wave. But that's a lot of damage. I just killed her. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Like, sure, her damage is insane, but we've been behind this whole lane phase, and we just traded with her in a 1v1. That's a pretty good sign. Like, yeah, her damage is crazy, and she did use Ignite as well, but she should never die to me. And I could have flashed, but honestly, there was 2 things that went in my head. One, I didn't think I was actually going to die, partially. Like, there was a small in my head. I was like, okay, I might die here. But if I didn't get ignited there, Again, there's my egg form. If I didn't get ignited by her, I would have lived. So it wasn't 100% like, you know, it wasn't clear cut like I was going to die, I was going to live. Because if she didn't have ignite, I was going to live. And plus, I'm fine with trading at this point of the game. Now that I still have flash, I can still kind of play relatively like ballsy. Because I still have flash. Kind of scared of a Gragas gank from over here. This Kha'Zix, by the way, he's not really doing a lot anymore, but he's doing a lot of objectives. He killed Dragon. He just killed Rift Herald. Either there's going to be a gank bot on mid. Well, they are just going for objectives. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, like someone just said, at least we know we can kill her, yeah. To be fair, she did play it pretty bad. Like, she was in my ultimate for how long, and she kind of kept moving in the ultimate. So, Irelia, sorry, is going to go help, so this is where I push. At least get that into the tower, and like, at bare minimum. And we are slowly catching up in farm. Okay, Gragas we know is in somewhere this area, so I'm just going to throw a ward there. Because I am scared of him being here, like coming back here, ulting me into the Irelia. Obviously I can flash it, but you know, if I make a mistake or I'm not paying attention, then yeah. So there he is, the ward's already paid off because we can see him. I don't know what they... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go ping there. I don't know what they are wanting to achieve right now, because if I was the Irelia, I'd actually be pretty frustrated. You're really strong, you've had lane, like, strength on your lane opponent the whole game, but you're actually not achieving much for the past 5-10 minutes. So this is where they're probably going to start forcing things. Look at my ult. Keeping that Irelia in that ult for ages. Zillion ult just saved. Hell yeah, there we go. See, it's not all about just winning your lane. It's about being like a, you know, part of the game. And that stun on the Gragas instantly, and then also flashing off the Draven. That's a good contribution. You know, I'm not pretending that I'm carrying this game, but when you're in a really rough lane phase, which we have been so far this game, anything like that is getting slow you back into the game, that's really good. And if this is where, like, you know, I haven't been tilted this game, but if you were slightly tilted, those little things can add up to basically, while you're in the same game that you're getting tilted in, can de-tilt you instantly. So it's stuff like that, like, you know, you're not getting a pentakill, but it's adding up. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it was really close, but that should never happen. I don't know how that happened. Maybe Kha'Zix can go up and kill him. I don't know. But, like, again, he's saying how he is so strong. The whole point of the Jace versus Udyr matchup is the Jace should never have the Udyr on top of him. Udyr does do damage if he's allowed to do damage, and he's only allowed to do damage if he's on top of somebody actually going... Blah, 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 blah. So Jace should never let that happen. So, to be honest... That was Jace's own mistake. That's nothing to do with Udyr being strong. That's everything to do with Jace mispositioning in that fight. Anytime he takes that fight, he should not be going near. What the hell just happened in bot? Well, Zillion just said why, so I'm guessing the Jhin walked into them or something. Because that lane isn't going great either. Actually, all of our lanes aren't going amazing, to be honest. Oh, I cancelled that early. See, this Kha'Zix, I will say, it's a bit weird, but for a Kha'Zix player, he is so objective focused. Like, crazy objective. Every single objective he wants. Which, again, isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a bit unique for a Kha'Zix.
Winter wind, guide me. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Okay, we see Gragas. We can turn this in a second. Oh, I got a really good stun on that Gragas then. Screw you. Woo! That was really good. Okay, Irelia just stayed mid. Which, again, is a bit confusing. I don't know why she'd stay mid, but... Alright. Oh, no. I actually didn't kill Udyr.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An ally has been slain.
Wait, what happened to Jace? Oh, I don't know. This is risky.
Meaning in every snowflake.
They had the reaction timing to do that. Damn. Gotta be honest, I'm really surprised she had the reaction time to get the W off. Personally. But okay. Ba, 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 da, da. Ba, da, da. Da, da. This game's a bit of a weird one, but it's good in its own way. Like, these two are really low. But if Jace goes in there, I reckon he'd die. Get him! See, look, she just took 0 damage. Excuse me. I guess I'll go top. Wait, does he have teleport? He nearly does, but I guess I'll go top. He can go mid and not use teleport. Because there's no point using it if you don't have to. I can go cover it.
Let's soar.
Ooh. Gragas will get one shot by this Kha'Zix if he's not careful. Has Draven actually gone back? Wow, he actually went back. Huh. They should be careful in bot lane. Because they're going to get outnumbered. Wonder if Irelia will come here or will Draven come here. I don't see either. Irelia's mid, don't see Draven. Don't see Irelia now. Now we do. Again, they should have known. There's the Draven. Okay, they get 1. Doesn't look to be going very good. Okay, they get 2. If they can live now, 2 for 1 isn't terrible, but I don't think they're going to keep living, are they? Coach Torok, thanks so much, dude. Okay, if I get the tower, they live from now on. It's a 2 for 1, and we get a tower worth. Okay. Again, normally you don't really want to be a split pushing Anivia, but I wasn't expecting my team to continue going for that play, if I'm honest. Okay. Yeah, I will say we haven't done the trick at all this game, so I apologize for that, but it wasn't appropriate. It's always appropriate if you need the enemy team to push into your territory, but the problem is that was happening anyway. When as soon as she bought Tiamat, she was always going to be pushing into my territory, so I didn't need to do the trick. But the trick is, you throw your wall here, which blocks minions, so they'll actually want to go this way, and you actually put your own body here. So you're actually physically stopping your minions from entering the lane, which means that their minions are 100% going to be pushing. It's a really, really effective trick, but yeah, we just didn't need to do it this game, so yeah.
1,000 lives will I give?
I can kill that guy. Oh. Might be able to kill the Udyr if he's stayed. Hi, Udyr. That was a bit weird. Because I think he knew we were there, but he just didn't react. I don't know. Again, he's playing Udyr top, so... Yikes. Could actually do with Zillion tanking this. I'm keeping the dragon, by the way. No, I'm not. I was keeping it alive, but somehow it was actually resetting the health bar, even though... Oh, that was so close. That was actually ridiculously close. That sucks for us.
We are all
Straight into... They got Infernal, so that is actually quite good for them. Irelia did it. But the Draven jumped straight into them, like instantly. Wabam! Interesting. I bet this Gragas is regretting his build partially too. Because the enemy team is actually really squishy. Like, the Udyr, who cares? So, like, their actual frontline who can engage. Leona's a support, so she's never going to be, like, you know, really fed with items. So it was basically up to Gragas for doing that job. And he can't, really. Because he'll get one shot if he goes in. Like, what I think the enemy team needs is that one person just to be able to go in no matter what. They don't have it. So, yeah. We got zero vision there, so they got to be real careful. Is he building? He might be building as a rock portal. So I'm guessing it's something that relies off split pushing. I don't like it. I just don't see how it's going to be that useful in the long run. Like, you'll probably have the occasional game where you get really fed, but the vast majority of your games, you're not going to be very useful. Hey, look, the really squishy Gragas. The really squishy Gragas that gets one shot that should have built tank. I wonder why that's not working. Let's throw a wall there, which means they can't cross. I love that wall. It's really satisfying. That ignite by Zillion. That was random. Alright, we can get an inhib, because we already have minions here. Nice. No, why are you in mid? What the... He's going to get killed by Irelia. Or not. She's here. I actually wasn't expecting her to be here, because they can't stop this, so what's the point in trying? Hey, look, our tower pushing is really slow. It might be because we don't have an AD carry. Like, yeah, he got a tower, but we could have just got an inhib. Oh, he used flash. That's cheating. That was cheating, man. Still can't do anything, but yeah. Oh. Boom. So yeah, so this is a good lesson, I guess. We have shown before But lane phase doesn't mean everything. We had a really rough lane phase that, you know, Irelia beat us. She is stronger in the early game, but she beat us. Gragas also came mid quite a bit, and we were behind. Well, we're finishing this game, sure, still behind on farm, but we're really useful. And this is what I spoke about, right, if you guys remember in the commentary. We should, and I'm going to use pretty much the exact same wording, outscale her from a mid laner point of view. A mid laner's job a lot of the time is to help their team in the mid-late game kind of carry the game, whether that be by damage or CC or controlling the game. The comparison between me and this Irelia right now, there isn't one. Like, I am doing so much more to her than her in team fights, in picks, is because I have outscaled her in that sense. A lot of people saying, you know, oh, but Irelia can carry. Yeah, she can carry from an Aurelia's point of view. It's not really a mid laner's point of view. You could do this job on a bunch of mid laners. You know, you're talking, you know, Ari can get charm picks. Victor can get his W. Like, there's a bunch of different mid laners that are definitive mid laners. Irelia isn't a definitive mid laner. She's just a champion that is going mid because she can abuse the early game of weak mid laners, and she gets fed and starts roaming. That's Irelia. It's nothing to do with her being a mid lane champion because she isn't one. So, yeah. I'm not saying Aurelia's bad. I'm just saying for our role, we have outscaled. God, how many control wards do these guys have? So kind of like Quintop. You can compare Irelia mid to Quintop. Yeah. Again, not really good for the role, but basically they just try to abuse people in the role to get their lead, but eventually a proper top laner will outscale a Quinn in the role, in the job. That was really weird. Look at the Gragas. That's supposed to be their front line. Let's keep the Udyr in our ult. I am standing in an ult here myself, but not an ult, tower. And there we go. GG, well played. Really easy. When we started grouping, Udyr does nothing. Irelia got outscaled. The Gragas built damage. Like, what are they doing? Also, that Jace, did that Jace just say GG Huz? Well played, dude. Why does no one say anything? I don't know. We'll give him a GG. So that was good. Plus 16, which isn't great, but 8, 4, 11, we got an A. And then damage done. Doing second most. Jace does the most. Again, if you want to compare to our lane opponent, we do slightly more damage than her. But again, yes, damage is great, but it's not all about damage. It's about utility. And the amount of stuns that we were bringing, the slows, we really made the Udyr useless because he just couldn't run around anything. But one thing I do want to point out and make it very clear. This guy, the Gragas, went AP Gragas instead of going tank Gragas and still did terrible damage. It was the wrong call to make. He didn't need to go AP Gragas. And yes, some people ask, like, but AP damage, they didn't have any. I'm sure most of you have lost a game to a full AD team comp before when you just can't kill them and they're protected really well. Well, if you went tank Gragas with a Leona, it's going to be a lot harder to kill a Draven. It's going to be harder to kill an Irelia. So I think that was just the wrong call that he made. And again, he only had one game of Gragas and he did feed on it. So maybe it was just lack of experience. But that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, unfortunately, we didn't do the trick that I mentioned at the beginning of the video because we just didn't need to. Irelia was automatically pushing with her Tiamat and she didn't freeze it. It's really good for stopping freezes happen without putting yourself at risk. But that's it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. Let me know what champions you want to see. Obviously, if I am trying to climb, then obviously let me know what champions you want, or based on like champions I'm good at. But yeah, like, subscribe. See you guys next time.